Hello, fourth graders. Today we are going to look at rounding decimals to the nearest tenth. And I have your math textbook here in front of me. So I was just going to kind of go over some of this stuff. So let's read this problem. Dion's height is 0 and 83 hundredths of a meter. Round 0 and 83 hundredths of a meter to the nearest tenth of a meter. And then you could see they drew a number line here with 8 tenths on one side and 9 tenths on the other side, and that's because 83 hundredths comes between 8 tenths and 9 tenths. It's nearer, it's closer to 8 tenths because 85 hundredths would be exactly in the middle. So when we round 0 and 83 hundredths to the nearest tenth, we would round it to 8 tenths. It's less than 5, just like rounding to the nearest whole number. You look to the digit to the right, so to the right of the tenths place is a 3, that's less than 5, so we round down. Okay, let's look at 1 whole and 75 hundredths. They want us to round that to the nearest tenth. 1 and 75 hundredths is halfway between 1 and 7 tenths and 1 and 8 tenths. So they decided which 2 tenths it was between. It's between 1 and 7 tenths and 1 and 8 tenths. We look at our digit in the hundredths place. In this case, that digit is a 5. So we would round up. So 1 and 75 hundredths rounded to the nearest tenth is 1 and 8 tenths. Let's do one more. This time we have 2 and 98 hundredths. And they want you to round it to the nearest tenth. So once again, I'm looking at the digit that's in the hundredths place. We have an 8 in our hundredths place. If it's 5 or more, we round up. If it's 4 or less, we round down. So in this case, we have an 8. That's 5 or more, so we're going to round up to 3 wholes. So 2 and 98 hundredths is between 2 and 9 tenths and 3 and 0 tenths. It's nearer to 3 than to 2 and 9 tenths. Since the hundredths digit is greater than 5, round up. So 2 and 98 hundredths rounded to the nearest tenths is 3. 3 is written as 3.0 to 1 decimal point. Okay, let's look at some of those sample problems that you guys can do on your own. 3 and 43 hundredths rounded to the nearest tenth is 3 and 4 tenths. Okay, so let's do 0 and 36 hundredths. Give me a second to get my whiteboard set up. Okay, so I have 3 sample problems here. I have 0 and 34 hundredths, 2 and 32 hundredths, and 4 and 9 hundredths. So we're going to try to round each of these to the nearest hundredth. So to the nearest tenth. So the 0 and 34 hundredths. We want to round to the tenths place, so we look to the right in the hundredths place. That's a 4. If it's 5 or more, we round up. If it's 4 or less, we round down. It is 4 or less, so we're going to round down. So that rounds to 0 and 3 tenths. Try this one on your own. I'll wait just a second. You can pause the video. Okay, we are rounding to the nearest tenth. Look to the right, we have a 2. If it's 5 or greater, you round up. If it's 4 or less, you round down. 2 is less than 4, 4 or less, so we're going to round down, so it rounds to 2 wholes and 3 tenths. Everything to the left stays the same. Everything to the right just falls away. And now let's do one more, 4 and 9 hundredths. Okay, what's in our tenths place? A 0. What's in our hundredths place? A 9. The 9's going to tell the 0 to get bigger. So in this case, we have 4 and 1 tenth. All right, so your assignment for today is to do workbook pages 15 and 16. Email me if you have any questions. See you guys later. Bye.